Alright. We're going to try and figure out what this broken wire is. Well, it's not really broken, it's cut.
You are forewarned. This is a fairly long video of someone wasting a whole bunch of time troubleshooting a dead circuit.
Alright, so this wire right here, it's a purple wire. It goes up to the front. I have no idea what it is. But in theory, I'm thinking that it's going to have 12 volts switched. My gut's telling me that it's a trim limit. So if the ignition's on, the engine will only tilt so far, trim so far. Then it'll stop. And maybe an alarm, or maybe not, will go off. I don't know. But that's the only thing I can think. I mean, it's clearly cut. So we're going to find out what it is and what it does, hopefully. Question is, which... Get something to work with. Well, for simplicity, let's put this on here and just see what it tests out at right now. Should be dead to the world. 20 DC is our setting. Yeah, there's nothing on that. Alright, so we got 13 volts right there. That's pretty interesting, I think. I'm going to turn the ignition on and see if either this goes away or this gains. That's what I'm thinking. That still has power. Huh. I don't know how I feel about this. Still dead. Don't recommend doing what I'm considering doing. Really don't have any idea where else it goes, but hopefully nothing melts. Didn't affect nothing there. So let me try the other switch. Sure nothing's getting warm. was uneventful. No heat, like it does nothing. Why is it there? I mean, it should be power to the trim switch from up front. That's really weird. This is a hot wire. Goes into our main harness here, goes into this, goes into the main harness. Why would a trim switch from the front of the boat, which is where these wires go, why would it have been connected to power back here, and or why would it not be connected at all? Something's not jiving with it. Let me check and see if that's a actual trim. It should be a trim switch, but maybe it's the trim limit sensor because it's on the other side. I feel like it only has 2 wires.
Here is the moment it all went south.
Definitely the front's right here. Yeah, it's definitely added. It's loosely ran through the harness of the boat, on the outside of the harness. It's not even in the original bundle. So, why? That is the question. Maybe the bow switch? Let's see if it works without that connected. Doesn't work with just a switch. So I'm gonna hook this back together and see if the switch on the nose works. Well, it has no effect. The switch on the bow does not work. Somebody's got in there and done something. Let's at least see if we can verify that that's actually where it goes. I'll need to grab a screwdriver, I guess. Mosquitoes are rough today. Definitely been somebody in here a few freaking times.
Golly, no longer screwing her? I originally planned on making new plates for this anyways. Some ABS. I mean, it's cracked and busted everywhere you can imagine. You can check that one.
So I think I'll check this for being hot first, which I mean, it should be dead. I could use a test light, but I feel better about being able to see the exact voltage. Like if I have 10 volts instead of 12, then I know that there's a problem with that wire somewhere. So we're going to test something that we know has power. So this is a ground. Alright, 13.59. Nothing, it's dead. Okay, I'm going to jumper that wire back there, back together, because it should be this purple wire, and see if we got something different. It would be really cool if we did, kinda. And we don't. Which means that wire has a problem somewhere. So I'm going to check the switch just to at least make sure the switch is good while I'm already right here. The switch does not appear to be good. There we go. Alright, let's check it the other way. Okay, so the switch is good. So if I grab my jumper and send 12 volts down this wire or that wire, it should affect the engine back there. I just want to do that to try it and make sure that the other wires are good from here to there. Then I know that I'm just lacking that one purple wire and nothing else is damaged between here and there. Alright, so fingers crossed. We know we got a power source here. If I go to this one, motor's going down. Green is down. Blue, guessing that's blue. Blue is motor up. And the switch is backwards per up and down. So when you push down, the top wire has the completed circuit. So if I take my jumper, what did I say? Which one was up? Or which one was down? Green? Yes, green is down. So if I put green on the top, because it's actually a little bit backwards, and I put the blue on the bottom and I connect power to the terminal, it should be hot. Motor goes up, motor goes down. So somewhere along the lines there's maybe a fuse or something for this purple wire, because even when I had 12 volts back there, it doesn't work. I'll check it again for power here, but I'm pretty confident in my wire checking abilities. Freaking mosquitoes, man. Nothing. Not even a tiny bit. So I'm going to look under the helm and see if there's a fuse under there on that wire, but it really wouldn't make sense, being as it runs all the way from the engine. If there was going to be a fuse, you would think it would be on the engine. Let me disconnect this so there's no accidents. See if we can pull anything else up here. Yeah, this boat was like all but underwater. Had to have been. There's freaking oil residue all the way up here. 3 amp fuse. That had to be for some sort of fish finder. The fuse is good, which means this is just floating around in there with power on it. Awesome. Yep, 1319. Dumb people, man. Dumb people doing dumb things. It would have been as simple as that. We don't get this purple wire though. I need to check it here. I'm sure it's nothing. I'll put the jumper back there and just make sure that we don't just have power up to here and it be a problem in this harness. Nothing. There's definitely corrosion there. It's the only pin with corrosion. Now all those are dead and I don't know which one was. Let's see. Interesting. This red one appears to be power up here. Just a pin right next to that. So that should be power. There, and one of these has got to be a ground. It's right there. Well, it's still pretty dead to the world there. So there's either a fuse somewhere between there and here. Man, I really need to clean that. I mean, it's pretty nasty in there. Get some contact cleaner and maybe some grease. Wouldn't hurt nothing. But even adding the 12 volts back there, I cannot get it on this wire. So something is breaking that from there to here. Master switch on, all that. Alright. Got some contact cleaner. I don't have a specific brand that I use. I do use it for like snow plows and whatever. You got some dielectric grease. Just get it at the local hardware store. Or not hard, well, you can get it there probably. Auto parts store. Great job on that side. Just went ahead and put a little bit of grease in all of them. Alright, so we know we can make it work if we want to. We could jump her off of this hot and run it over there to that, but it's a workaround, but it doesn't fix the problem. So what I really need is grab a test light, but that'd make it kind of rough underneath the dash there. It's going to be rough with the meter too. Probably a pair of needle nose or something to pull the fuses from underneath the helm. I know you're not going to be able to see, but at least not very good. But let's see what we get. Let's see, I got my flashlight, I do. Alright, so I just need a pair of pliers. Alright. Got my pliers. I just had to have these. I looked and looked and looked and looked for them. The Icon crimpers, combination strippers, and they got little pliers on the end. Never used them for anything, so let's see what we get. So we can turn this ignition back off. Oh my goodness, this is a freaking mess under here. Oh, yeah. There's a horn, but it ain't hooked up. Which is pretty freaking interesting. My goodness, what a freaking mess under here. Yeah, I knew there was a reason I didn't just jump under here already. I said I'm gonna get the engine right first. Holy cow. There's wires that don't even have freaking nuts on them on the back of the gauges. What gauge is that? Tack? Yeah, tack. Shocker, because it jumps all over the freaking place when you're trying to use it. Unreal, man. Some people should never even touch wires, ever. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It does have a rather nice fuse box though. I'll give it that. But it's just like there's wires here. Who knows what they go to. There's wires here just hanging. There's another batch of wires here, 3 of them. Who knows where they go. They look like factory wires. One goes to the switch for the horn. Go figure. Alright, so the orange with white stripe goes to the horn. Okay. And then we need a black, I guess. Let's see. Doesn't work. Try a different black. Oh, still doesn't work. Whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. I'll figure all that out eventually. You start pulling fuses and see what... Oh, man, what's going on, dude? That one's good. There's no legend that tells you which fuse is which, I don't believe. Might be. Yeah, it could be. There's a ground distribution, and then there is something that kind of tells you what is what. So the village access court courtesy horn is this little freaking 3 amp right here. Hard to say if that's good or not. It looks good. But I feel like that trim circuit is going to be like a 10 amp fuse. Whatever, I'm going to pull them all just because. See also, well, yeah, I'm checking the fuses anyways, but FYI, purple wire doesn't even go to the fuse box, goes right on past it. Up to the front. So maybe someone has tied into the power at the battery. All the fuses here are good. Like I said, that, God, what a mess. What was this over here? Freaking light. It ain't got no power going to it. Like, what is up with people? And there's a switch and everything. Unreal, dude. Some people should be shot. Oh, what a wiring nightmare. Good news is I can fix it. Wiring does not scare me. Bad news is I don't have a wiring diagram to go by, which would be ideal, because if I had a wiring diagram, then I would make it a lot easier. So I could put everything back where it's supposed to be, hook it up properly, versus tracing every wire out and figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and then fixing it. Alright, so we're looking for a purple wire. No, I mean, for real. That, I don't know what to make of that. The purple wire, I already know my jumper is good because I used it up front. The purple wire goes all one piece, from here all the way back. Somewhere in that purple wire, there's a break or a problem. Still can't wrap my head around why they cut it. Maybe they cut it to test it, I don't know. Couldn't figure it out, so just moved on. And the wire really looks good though. That's what really has me confuzzled. Everywhere that I can get eyes on it, it looks good. But doesn't mean anything. But it's definitely originally supposed to receive power either here, or I could put it at the battery. What's weird is that there's power here all the time. In one part of this circuit, I mean, I guess the trim needs to work all the time no matter what, but why I can't make this work, I mean, I know there's 12 volts there. Let me go grab my meter and make sure. No. That is dead. All of a sudden that's dead. So that must be on the key switch. Oh, here we go. Now the trim doesn't work at all, anywhere. Nope, nowhere. And I turned the key on and no beep. Isn't that something? No power. Dead to the world. Just had to mess with it. Y'all seen everything I did. I haven't done anything. Need to check those fuses again. I'm going to grab a test light to check those fuses. Right. Grabbed another jumper too because I might need a smaller connector underneath there. But let's make sure our test light is good. Test light is good. All right. Back under. Oh, unfreaking real, man. Unreal. All right, I need to find a ground. All right, looks like we got an empty ground terminal up there. I need my little jumper because big jumper is not going to get up there, or the big clip is not going to get up there. Okay, awesome. All the fuses are good. That tells us not a dang thing. Let's see if that horn wire has power. It should. It does, which means we don't have a good ground. That wire's not grounded good. So let's just take our jumper and put it on the ground. And then let's take our horn wire and plug it in. And see what happens. Real tough, guys. Real tough. Goodness. Can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. Well, glad I didn't buy a horn. Now, I just don't know what the heck's going on. I got nothing. I got nothing to the key switch. How is that possible? I don't know, but I know the mosquitoes are eating me alive. Nothing. Dead to the world. Alright, so we got some fuses in the engine. I don't know what they are. But we can check them. There's a cooked one. Okay, how did I blow that fuse? Really don't know how I blew that fuse, but got this guy. Never used it before. Why don't we, you know, give it a shot. Guess let me first, I'm gonna put in like a 10 amp fuse. It didn't blow initially. That is for the trim.
Hey, sir. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm your neighbor back here.
Yeah.
You live here?
Yeah.
Cool. What are you doing with your snowplow?
Well, yeah, I got delayed talking to somebody. So as you can see, it's dark, so I don't know what we're gonna get accomplished, if anything, but I wanted to try and see what was blowing this fuse, what blew the fuse. I don't know what blew the fuse, but let's see how this guy works, and I don't know. Had to be a direct short because that's only like 0.1 amps is all it's pulling. That's just enough to click the solenoid. So don't know what caused that to blow. Alright, well, with that, all of the trim switch at the front works. Go figure. What did I do? Nothing. Not a darn thing. So, that tells me I can't connect these two wires together, because without this connected, my little jumper, that one on the bow will not work. Just for reference, the key is off and the master switch is off. Alright, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, for some reason this fuse has got a 20 amp fuse in it, but it's only drawing 0.1 amp. Kinda weird. Alright, so maybe tomorrow I will hook these wires together, but that one is hot all the time, so probably want to cut that guy off of there. Oh, that's good. Alright, yep, that's it for today.
Sorry for the long video. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Moral of the story is know where all your fuses are and what they control before you waste a bunch of time troubleshooting like I did. There will be another video after this one of putting the wire back together and confirming the fix.